one more time.
I mean, I think the vision for this year has been to provide the business easy access to the data.
What we set out to achieve is mainly the self-service reporting. We want to change the way we do reporting at CCA.
It's almost 12 months ago to the day when I sat in Barry's office discussing reporting and analytics and what we needed to do to change the game in 2014. Now, as good as our tools like SIM and BW were a few years ago, they weren't going to take us into the future. We needed to get more data, richer data, into the hands of the end consumer much faster and without people in the middle manipulating it. So we decided to build the solution on Microsoft SQL. At that time, we had no idea what visualization tool we would need. We had hardly any SQL skills and experience in IT, and we had many people predicting the end of the world if we moved away from SAP. And against that, I had Barry saying, come on, how hard can it be? I took a bit of inspiration from the book The Lord of the Rings, where it was the dwarf Gimli who says calmly while he's smoking his pipe, overwhelming odds, little chance of success, certainty of death, what are we waiting for? And so our journey began.
So this year, I think our core piece of work is really, from a technical point of view, to build a solution that enables us to get data from point A to point B, and to enable all of our original source systems to kind of be combined into one central source of truth.
Instead of our old way of canned reports, and we determine what the business wants to see, we give them the data and they can run with it. And so far we've seen some really good examples of people taking it up and getting some real benefit from it.
Okay, so what we set out at the beginning of the year to achieve was to replace the legacy planning systems that CCA are using. For a long time we've looked to the opportunity of changing the game in terms of the planning models that are used, and also the capability that the software enables us to do what-if planning and really support the business through that.
So in terms of benefits, what Project Clarity is bringing to us is we are decommissioning the use of out-of-date planning software, and also at the moment the commercial team is using about 50 different spreadsheets, getting data sources from multiple areas and trying to consolidating it by manually inputting. So what Adaptive is bringing to us is one source of truth.
Well, we were basically given the task to design and build and deliver sales data foundation, which is extracting from SAP the data and delivering it to the business to make it available to them to use for efficient and effective reporting.
Yeah, we've definitely delivered a lot in the sales space. We've got volume to Netcon reporting going live very, very soon.
Billing to or volume to Netcon reporting data that we're trying to provide is at a level that's never been seen before in CCA. So much so that moving forward, we will not only be able to provide the daily reports, but deep analytics, like what kind of deep discounts we're giving throughout the product portfolio and things like that for us to do SKU rationalization and stuff like that. So there'll be a lot of opportunities next year to work on this platform, or what we call foundation.
We've got a lot of supply chain reports, especially in the distribution space. They're very, very happy with the system. They've been able to have access to information that they never got in our previous system.
Yeah, I think the best example of that, certainly in the distribution space, is the development of the bulk contract reporting, which gives Josh McColden and his team some really good insights into the value of the contracts that they put together with their third-party transport companies.
So one of the model part of the Project Clarity is the labor model. So as you know, the labor cost is the main factor, the main cost in CCA. So now with these new tools with Adaptive, we are able to forecast the labor cost for CCA in a very efficient and very fast way.
In terms of all the models, we've built it with a view of being able to do a financial planning and budgeting process at the CCA group level. So we're talking talking about CCA Indonesia and New Zealand also trying to leverage off our implementation, and as we're speaking, Indonesia is actually signing off their statement of work, and they will be commencing the implementation shortly as well.
Allowing them to kind of put these sources of data together in a way that they've not been able to do before has been, I think, generated a lot of value, as Tom said, like in supply chain and sales. And I think there's a lot more of that to come yet as we start looking at our method of reporting through like visualization tools like Tableau.
From a personal point of view, I started this project not knowing much about SQL, data marts, data warehouse. If you had told me 8 months ago, asked me what an ODQmon was, I'd probably say it's a character in Star Wars. But all that's changed.
Well, what's next for us? I think more of the same. We're on the right path. We're getting some good outcomes especially in the supply chain area that we know about. So I think if we tackle the next applications and adding it all together and start seeing correlations between this data, we really can get the real benefits out of this work we're doing.
And really interrogating data and asking questions that we're not actually asking at the moment. We're very good at looking at our current reports and wanting to remake them, but we're also looking at ways now that we can ask questions that we haven't really been able to ask before and find out information that could lead to new ways of doing things or new business processes that we haven't explored.
We are going in the right direction, and there's some good feedback now from the business to integrate some data from applications such as Kronos and APO, for example. Once we get that together with the work we're completing now, which is, for example, Swisslog, the business will have really, really good opportunities to build valuable reporting.
Yes, it's been hard. I'll be honest, this has been one of the most draining projects I think I've run. It's been a continuous roller coaster of highs and excitement and then frustrating setbacks. But it's also been probably the most rewarding because we've done things that we never thought we could do.
Most interesting part of the year? It's a good question. Like I said, there's a lot of learnings this year, so in terms of new technology, it's been interesting. I think having a bigger team, I think in the past the BI team has always been a small team doing their own thing, a bit outside of the norm. But now we have a bigger team and everybody's getting involved, and it's real good teamwork. It's working well. I think it's been a good highlight.
I'm extremely proud of what the team have achieved so far.
The team is the dedication shown by the team to deliver the reliable and correct data to the business has been highly commendable. It's been a great opportunity to work on and learn new technologies, and it's wonderful to have been given the opportunity. Yeah.
The other thing I find really interesting at the moment is just is the Tableau product itself. I mean, just starting to get a little bit of exposure to that, and I'm quite excited about seeing how that works and seeing the opportunities that come out of using Tableau.
And all of this has been delivered by a team who really didn't have the skills 12 months ago. They just had enthusiasm, they had guts, and probably a bit of gullibility to believe the dream that Barry and I told them. And that's really been amazing.
Exciting. Yeah, it's pretty exciting how we're going to integrate with the streams next year. I think there's a hell of a lot of work in our area to come. And it's quite exciting, actually, the amount of stuff that we've finished.
It's not over. We're just beginning. I think as long as there's enough hard disk space, we'll keep loading data.